Every year, I get messages into the hotel inspector inbox.
Oh, my God.
But this year, there are unprecedented numbers.
Wish I was staying in one of the holiday parks.
From businesses of all sorts up and down the land.
It's an awful job, really, when you look at it.
People are more desperate than they've ever been before. You don't have a pension. You don't have savings.
No.
Spiralling costs. That's an extra 70k a year that you need to find.
Yeah.
Staff shortages.
You look knackered.
I do up to about 100 hours a week.
She's pushing me to the edge.
Impossible guests.
That woman's been awful. She's told us to shut up.
These businesses are telling me that they're facing imminent closure.
You have got to make hay while the sun shines.
We don't want to lose this.
Everything from hotels and B&Bs
What fresh hell is this?
to glamping and camping sites,
So far, so unexceptional.
high street boozers
Oh, my God in heaven.
and roadside cafes.
There's a sweet odour of horse manure.
For many of these businesses, it's just too late. You've got 5 months.
Yes.
It's a really terrifying situation to be in.
Everything's at stake. It's our last chance.
But there are some that I believe I can rescue.
This is horrible. This is the opposite to luxury.
This time,
You wouldn't be fornicating on that in front of the fire, would you?
overpriced holiday lodges well past their sell-by date.
315 quid for a one-night stay is extremely steep.
With an owner on the verge of collapse,
This probably represents just how I'm feeling at the
the
moment.
moment.
A bit overworked, a bit depressed.
and fighting me on my advice.
You can disagree with me, but you've invited me here to help you get busier.
Yeah.
And that is going to be my focus.
I have to check no one's left anything weird in the drawers. It did look like about a week ago I found... All right, my friend told me what it was, I didn't know. All right, it was a butt plug.
In Oxfordshire, 46-year-old Rachel owns and runs the Chiltern's View Lodges.
You don't need Viagra at the Chiltern's View. I think that is a massive, massive, massive compliment.
Nestled amongst 175 acres of farmland inherited from her family, each of the 5 self-catering lodges comes equipped with kitchenette, living space and its own private hot tub.
So you could, in theory, wander around naked and not have anybody disturb you.
Costing £660 for a 3-night stay, these rural retreats are billed as luxury.
When I first started, I pretty much made up the prices. I don't think you'd really want to do it for much less.
Despite having no experience in hospitality, 10 years ago, single mum Rachel decided to diversify from farming and borrowed £350,000 to start her lodge business single-handedly.
I've never, ever finished my job list in my life. Ever. 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 I don't usually like other people's advice, so I had to be very determined to start this business because I knew it was down to me to earn the money to look after myself and my son.
These are our new chickens.
Now 21.
George, where's the receipt?
In here.
Rachel's shooting instructor son George still lives with her in their nearby farmhouse.
I'd like to work with George. I'd love to work with George. I'm not allowed to tell him what to do, so it's really difficult. George probably doesn't want to listen, doesn't want to hear it, and just go off in a huff because I'm telling him what to do.
Jesus. This is your thing. I'm trying to do my own career, and I'm moving away to New Zealand in a month. So you're going to have to learn to survive without me
George,
when I'm not here.
George!
I'm not here. I'm literally...
I'm sure I can survive without you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss all the hours you put in, am I?
No, exactly. So...
Despite Rachel's best efforts to run the business alone, it's barely managing to break even.
My freaking card is, I can't pay my bills. I saw it there the other day. It's really annoying. 3-4 years ago, it was full. That is not the one. That is not the one. I reckon we're about 20–30% full at the moment.
Appalling occupancy means there are currently no profits. Rachel is unable to afford staff to support her, and the business has become an all-consuming burden.
It's quite depressing when I look in the diary. That makes me feel like I'm a failure. If something doesn't change,
Then it's going to kill you. You'll go mad. Well,
the bottom line is it's got to start making a profit now, or I'm going to collapse.
yeah,
Or the business is going to collapse, or both collapse together unless we make a change.
agreed.
After staking hundreds of thousands of pounds and 10 years of her life to build the business from nothing, Rachel's struggling to face the prospect of it all falling apart.
The business had a lot of feeling, it has a lot of heart. I care about this business. But the thought of it failing is massive. It's a thought of me disappearing, a big part of me, my life, my home, my way of life, who I am. But I would love some help at the moment.
I hope I'm not too late to try and turn things around.
In my experience, everyone says that everything is luxury, unique, boutique, blah, blah, blah. So I've learnt through bitter experience to take all those words with a large barrel of salt. I'm hoping that I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Here you go, Chucks. I actually went to the pub last night. I thought I'd have a few drinks to unwind, so, yeah.
Aha, Chiltern's view, parking.
I guess I'd better go and find my hostess.
Ah, mein hostess.
Hello. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. So nice, this.
Oh, thank you.
So it's a family farm, right?
Yes. My son George helps out a little bit.
Willingly, does he help out willingly? Or,
Not
through gritted teeth?
not always, but right. It's just up here.
With each of the 5 lodges advertised as luxury, my hopes for my night's accommodation are high.
Well, I'm going to leave this here for the
So
moment.
yes, this is all in the middle of a clean at the moment. So
Is this the way in?
yep.
Can I just
Go
poke
in
my
there.
head in? Was there a guest in here last night?
No, this is playing catch up at the moment.
Hardly the red carpet arrival the luxury label had promised.
So why have you asked me to come here? Have you had a good summer?
No, not really. It's our quietest summer we've ever had. It's probably about 20 to 30% occupancy at the moment, where previous summers has been sort of 90 to 100%.
Oh, gosh. And do you know why that is?
I'm not sure, so I'm starting to panic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long this is actually going to go on for.
And just tell me about pricing.
A weekend, Friday to Monday, is $660.
OK. I think the best thing is that if I go and have a little poke about the place,
Yeah.
and then I'll come and find you and we'll have a proper conversation.
OK, thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
Thank you, darling.
While I wait for my room to be ready, I'm going to turn my attention to one of the other lodges.
I must say, the setting is really amazing and it feels pretty private. I mean, if you were with someone, I don't think you'd be bothering anyone with your cries of ecstasy, let's put it that way. I vaguely remember what that was like.
As I'm on my own tonight, I hope there's more on offer here than the intimacy-inspiring location.
I tell you what my overwhelming impression is that all a bit tired. This is horrible. This is the opposite to luxury. $660 for 3 nights. I think it deserves better than this, if I'm honest.
There's going to be quite a few things that Alex is going to realise that I'm not on the ball with. Yeah, could be a bit embarrassing.
Some of it is frankly awful. Really pants. Look at that. There's nowhere to put a drink down. There's this funny little carpet here. I mean, you wouldn't be fornicating on that in front of the fire, would you? But I don't know how much she's going to want to hear that this baby of hers is now rather long in the tooth. Looks like a grand old dame, without being grand.
Well, something needs to change, otherwise something's going to give.
Well, do you think I'll have a nervous breakdown?
Another, yeah.
What do you mean another?
In Oxfordshire, Lodge's owner Rachel is on the edge.
I've got to fight for every booking I get, because there aren't many inquiries, so you just work for them.
Having borrowed £350,000 to start her luxury lodge business on 175 acres of inherited family farmland in the Chiltern Hills, occupancy is at a shocking 20%, meaning Rachel can only just cover her costs of more than £6,000 a month.
Yeah, I need some help.
Despite receiving occasional support from son George, who is leaving for New Zealand in a month,
Oh, you all right?
Yeah.
Rachel is unable to afford staff and is all alone in her fight to save her lodgers.
There isn't really any profit, so every day I feel like I'm working at this business for nothing.
Well, you are. We're keeping it afloat, but only just.
With my room not ready on arrival, so far the self-described luxury lodges have not been worth the wait.
It just feels a bit crap, actually.
And with prices for a 3-night stay pushing close to £700, crap won't cut it.
I think what I have to make her see is that, you know, for that kind of money, people expect more.
But if I'm going to help Rachel get her lodges back on track,
Unless I just like set fire to this, I don't know how. I actually don't know where to start here.
I need to understand if she's got a grip on the business.
Knock, 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 knock.
Yep, come in.
Can I?
Come in.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh, darling. Will you excuse me for saying to you that this looks a little bit chaotic?
This is all to do.
Desk.
This probably represents just how I'm feeling at the moment.
Okay,
that
well,
I'm
that's
probably just a bit overworked, a bit overstressed, a bit depressed as well, because the business isn't functioning how it used to. So that's got to me. That
Yes,
has really got to me.
This isn't a great scenario, and it doesn't have to be
No.
like that, because I'm going to help you through everything. I mean, what we've got to work out, first of all, is why your business isn't as busy as it used to be.
Yes.
So, tell me again your pricing. So, 3-night weekend
Yeah.
is $660.
Yeah.
2-night weekday,
$490.
and when you do a single night stay,
It's $315, $320.
so it's much more expensive if you only want to stay one night.
Yes.
Who do you think is your imaginary clientele?
Couples, I do advertise it as romantic for couples.
But that's one strand. There's a lot of single people out there. There's a lot of older people out there.
Yeah, I have actually noticed with all the guests that stay, they've all been here before.
Are you making any money from the business?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
I'm worried because I'm obviously tired, but I'm not reaping any of the rewards of earning enough money in the business.
I think the problem is, darling, that you're doing the same things that you've always done.
Yeah.
And you're not getting the same outcome. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
With the lodges only breaking even and Rachel unable to pay herself a wage, this business is costing her money and pushing her to the edge.
I think because she's anxious, she's not effective. And I really, really understand that feeling. I don't think she has any idea how to arrest the decline yet, and I don't think I do either.
At the moment, Rachel is doing everything on her own.
Right. It's like fire.
But there's one person I'm hoping to rope in to help her.
That'll be enough for now.
Son George.
You must be George.
Lovely to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. So you live here with your mum?
Yep.
Do you work on the place?
So I'm a shooting instructor by day, but then in the afternoons and weekends I help doing the mowing and more of the maintenance-y jobs.
You're going off soon, aren't you?
I am going to New Zealand for 8 months.
How come it's gone from 6 to 8?
Duck season.
Oh.
So, OK, well, so we're going to have to make use of you while you're here.
Yes.
What would you like him to do?
I'd like to delegate a responsibility so George does all the lawns or George does this without me having to ask him.
I think I'm going to ask for all your help.
Yes.
In the time that you've got available. And if you can say to me that you'll help as much as you possibly can.
I will help as much as I possibly can.
Thank you very much, sir. That's all I require
That
of
was
you.
recorded.
With my first day already at an end, I need to take some time out to think about how I can help bring Rachel and her lodges back from the brink. I think she's the biggest problem, partly because she's so used to being a one-woman band that I think she's going to struggle with the idea of letting some control go.
I don't think I would take every bit of advice because I don't know what she's going to say. I do the business on my own. It's my idea. I'm running it myself, and to be exposed to my weaknesses, I'd say to Alex, you know, fill your boots.
If she really wants this business to survive, then she's going to have to take some tough advice from me.
My first day in the Chilterns left me with plenty to ponder overnight, and one thing that's particularly puzzling is the pricing.
Why is the price the same whether you're staying 2 days on a weekend or 2 days on a weeknight? Why is it not different in the shoulder months? I mean, 315 quid for a one-night stay is extremely steep. And I think it's not good enough. Not for what people would expect. And I think they've realised that they can get this somewhere else for less money. Oops.
If I'm going to get Rachel and her business back on track, she's going to have to hear a few home truths from me.
It's not good to have criticism. It's basically saying you're not doing it right and you can do it better, so it's a little bit of an insult.
Bolstered by breakfast, it's time to serve up some tough love.
Ready for the day. Ready for the inevitable fallout.
If there's something like really obvious to me that I think, no, been there, done that before, it does not work, I think that's a waste of time. Yeah, I might say something.
It's gonna be hard.
With surviving in the hospitality market tougher than it's ever been, there's no time for me to tiptoe around the problems I've found here.
Hello.
Morning.
Oh, morning, Alex. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Come inside, and I'll discuss with you what I think about the whole setup.
Okay.
So, darling, I looked you up, and it says luxury private lodges near Oxford and London. So the very first word is luxury.
Yeah.
And I think that it just feels quite old school nowadays.
Yeah.
I think that this whole setup is definitely not luxury.
No, no.
You know, for 340 quid a night, you can have dinner, bed and breakfast for two at my luxury hotel in Sussex.
Yeah.
On the South Downs.
Yeah.
So somehow £315 for a night here.
I think mine's a little bit more of an event. I think when you go to a hotel, you stay at night and you go off through the day. A lot of my guests will stay here through the day.
Right.
They also...
I disagree with you, absolutely, by the way, because lots of my guests stay all day. And I've got fires, I've got a bar, I've got a restaurant, I've got a library. So you can give me all the reasons you like, but I'm just telling you my analysis of why you're not as busy as you need to be is possibly you're a bit too expensive. Considering what people can get for that is much more than you're offering here. I'm just pointing out to you what I think, in my assessment, is wrong with the place.
I did look at the value for money when the guests, maybe on TripAdvisor, and all the value for money was high scores. So I did take that as a bit of feedback, that the pricing was okay. I know I'm not full. I know that.
You can disagree with me, but But you've invited me here to help you get busier.
Yeah.
And that is going to be my focus.
Yeah.
It feels like this all needs a refresh.
Yeah.
Because actually, we elevate it and then it becomes closer to luxury.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can justify the price tag. Do you
Yeah,
see
I
what
think
mean?
elevating it, that sounds like a tick.
OK, fine.
Yeah.
Outside. Come with me, let's get some air.
I've said my bit, and now it's all out in the open. I hope Rachel can get on board with my plans for change.
Bit annoying, bit embarrassing, bit awkward. but yeah, it's stuff that I need to sort out. So
I've got to make her be more effective and more energetic and more engaged again. She feels quite detached from it all. And I think that's just fear.
My first 2 days in the Chilterns are drawing to a close, so there's no time to waste if I'm going to rescue Rachel's lodges.
Hello. Hello. I've come to say my farewells, but I wanted to tell you what I'm going to do for you and what you need to do for me.
OK.
First, I want to help Rachel get a better grip on her business by imposing some order in her office.
I'm going to send someone to you who will help you sort everything out. I find it very relaxing in there, and I'm sure you must do too. And I know you have a system, but I don't think it's a good system.
Yeah.
I would like you to commit to spending a couple of days doing all her tasks so that you are forced to spend 2 whole days in the office.
OK, that's great, George. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, George.
I also want to update the accommodation and boost occupancy by broadening the marketing beyond couples.
I'm going to show you how to modernise and refurbish the lodges. I want to elevate it. I want to sell it better.
Yep.
I am going to help you with your marketing to try and make sure that you have a better reach and that you're attracting the kind of customers who are going to appreciate what there is here.
Yeah.
My final point is all about modernising the outdated pricing model.
I'm going to work with you on price points and packages because I'm convinced that that, in this brave new world, is the way forward.
I'm ready for the hard work. Are you? You?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Alex.
With less than 6 weeks to transform the fortunes of this failing business, it's going to require an all-out effort.
I've got an awful lot of things on my to-do list, and I've put an awful lot of things on Rachel's to-do list, and I just hope we can get through them in the time we've been given.
Yeah, I think there's definitely hope. And I think the lodges can improve and get busier again now.
We can create a list,
OK.
and then everything doesn't have to be splayed around your desk. You can work off the list.
I always know where to find everything because it's just here, though. Like, I can see it, unless...
It can still be on your desk, but your desk could be a much more usable space.
Oh, OK.
2 weeks on, I've sent in organisational expert Helena McBride to help Rachel tame her unruly office space.
So you can see how I'm starting in one corner and I'm going to start working around the room.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it just gets too much if you're all over the place.
Yeah.
Having an organised space really can make a difference, not just to the business that she's running, but to her overall well-being. What's in here? Can I look?
That's where I keep my padlocks. I'm not sure what to do with them yet. This is something that I'm glad it's being done, actually. Really glad.
It's great that Rachel is enthused by my ideas, and taking action in the office is already helping her relieve some of the stress she has over the state of her business.
2007, so I suspect it's been there for a while.
I've definitely had a bit of a boost through this process. I can see it's important. If I thought it was a waste of time, I wouldn't be trying to do it.
To help support his mum,
Come on, Raj. Let's go shooting.
I asked son George to take on the odd jobs so Rachel could dedicate 2 days to organising her office.
Since George agreed to help, he's actually been fishing for a week, and he's been doing some of his own stuff. So it hasn't freed me up very much time, just at the moment.
So I've been getting stuck in a couple of days a week for my mum recently. I've definitely helped more.
I feel like I am fighting a bit of a losing battle with getting George to help with the Chiltern's view. You know, this is still a family business. George benefits from it. He should be helping with this before he goes away.
It's been almost 3 weeks since I last saw Rachel. And to show her how far she's fallen behind the competition, I've asked her to meet me at a market-leading lodge.
Follow me.
Thank you.
With Rachel's occupancy crashing to just 20%,
I'm just trying to point out to you that they're just as in the middle of nowhere as you. And they are still full the whole time.
I hope this visit helps her understand why her customers have abandoned her.
All right, my darling, come on in.
3 nights here start from £675, just 15 more than Rachel's asking.
So, 10 years on, this is your competition.
It's massive.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Now come this way. And then the nice little bedroom. And I think this is beautiful, isn't it?
Amazing design ideas.
Yes.
It's lovely.
But the reason I brought you here is to show you that you can stay here for the same price as you can at yours.
Yeah.
I think the truth is you've got to be aware of the fact that this is your competitor.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see.
At £660 for a 3-night stay,
So,
Rachel's lodges are both outdated and overpriced.
one of the things that I think they're very clever about here and that I would like us to mimic is to adopt a high season, low season, mid-season model.
Okay, yeah.
To help keep pace with the competition and improve occupancy, I want to modernise her lodges and her prices.
So in a low season, which I would suggest is January to March,
Yeah.
it goes from £580 for a 3-night stay to a very high season, so maybe June, July, August, £680 for a 3-night stay.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you stay longer, the per night price goes down.
Yeah.
So this is based on the lodge that I'm going to make over.
Okay.
So hopefully we're elevating the product
Yeah.
a little bit. We're slightly elevating the price in the high season,
Yeah.
but we're dropping it right down in the low season.
Okay. And that price was and the way it's done is very doable, actually.
I would like to think that we're taking your product, we're making it a bit nicer,
Yeah.
and we're giving the guest a better experience.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're attacking on every front.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Updating the product and pricing should increase occupancy and boost profits, meaning Rachel can afford some much-needed help.
You need to be able to employ staff, otherwise you're going to lose your mind. And so
Yeah.
if we can improve occupancy, you'll feel a bit more confident about taking somebody on.
I feel like a little bit excited about it.
Good, I'm glad. Perfect.
Back at Rachel's house, I'm dying to see what Helena has done with the chaotic office.
I am longing to see in here. Oh, this is a thing of great beauty.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it, darling. The files,
Yeah.
the desk,
Yes.
your to-do pile has now disappeared.
It's gone.
How long do you think you'll be able to keep it up?
I think I'll be able to concentrate on one thing at a time more, so I don't get lost with everything else.
Really good, darling.
Office declutter, done. But it's not just Rachel who I asked to do some homework.
George, has he been helpful?
He went fishing for a week after he left. And then when he came back, he did mow a bit of the lawns and one thing or another. He possibly could have done more. So anything George does in the future, I've got to rethink this.
The reality is, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. He's going anyway, so just accept that this is your business and it's up to you.
Yes, that sounds good, actually.
I'm disappointed Rachel hasn't had the support she was promised. But we've got to move on and set our sights on how to better sell the lodges, with or without George's help.
I think all your marketing has been very targeted at couples. And so, my plan for our last day together is to bring representatives of other groups would come and stay, and I'd like to widen your appeal massively. Are you feeling a bit more confident about where I'm going with this?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like a weight's lifted off. I haven't had this feeling for a few years with my lodgers, so...
Darling, I think you've been amazing, because you've just done this all on your own, and I really admire you.
Thank you.
I'm really rooting for Rachel, but winning new business to help her lodgers bounce back is by no means a given.
I really want our last day together to be a huge success. I'm hoping with both of us putting together we can make it so. There's still a lot to do.
I didn't expect Alex to say that she's going to bring in some people to stay. That's very exciting. And again, it puts a little bit of a pressure on in a good way for me to, right, up my game. Let's really show off what we've got here, make the most of it.
There's only 24 hours until the all-important final day.
So yeah, there's quite a lot to do before our guests arrive tomorrow.
And Rachel is rolling up her sleeves and getting stuck in with the roller.
Oh, I've really enjoyed having the attention on my lodgers and the attention on the business. It's a bit of the enthusiasm that I've lost the last couple of years is kind of all coming back. So it's done me the world of good.
With the lodger's outdated decor about to become a thing of the past.
It's quite nice, actually, taking it out. Yeah, this is very positive indeed.
Rachel is relishing the task of revitalising her business, even if she can't count on son George for help.
I just would have liked George to have been a little bit more enthusiastic and involved, but he's got his own things. So I'm not expecting too much of him now, really.
But if we can impress the influential guests I've invited, this business will get the boost it badly needs.
I'm hoping that the feedback will be good, because I want my business to be in a good place. So yeah, there's a lot riding on tomorrow.
I'm back in the Chilterns for my all-important final visit.
Right, I'm here. Brilliant.
And it's all go, go, go with my design team to finish the makeover.
The whole thing really hangs on whether we manage to make this look good. I'm not terribly happy that I've got so little time to do this. Guests are coming quite soon, and I don't have time to talk to you anymore. So this can come out, can it?
Yeah, because it's going in
Is
here.
it? Okay.
Yeah, but we're going to hoover before we put it down.
Because it's such a small space, it needs a lot of fiddling.
Yeah.
OK. Oh, are you going to try and put it up?
Well, I was going to see what it looked like in here.
Oh, it would look nice on that blank wall. I want these guests that I've invited to come in here and go, gosh, this is lovely. So detail is key. It's all good. Perfect. I'm quite excited about Rachel seeing all this and seeing how it finally looks. I have a little warm glow of pride. Come on, darling, you look lovely. And I think you will agree that the lodgers do too. So, darling, ta-da! This is the one.
Oh, wow, this looks great.
It does look quite good, doesn't it?
This formerly bland and outdated accommodation is now vibrant and modern, brought to life by pops of colour, elegant accessories and stylish furnishings.
I do like the colour in here.
Good, I'm so pleased.
I really like the colour. I think it suits it. I love the lamps, they're beautiful.
I love this rug. New table, new mirror. By adding in colour, it's kind of cosy in the winter as well as the summer. Country contemporary chic is what I'd like to call it.
It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah?
It's upped its game.
Elevating the interiors should help Rachel attract more customers and end her occupancy problem.
You need to keep investing, basically. To stay relevant, you do need to keep thinking, oh, this needs a bit of a change, that needs a bit of a change. You kind of refresh
Yeah.
and renew. I think that will, you know, that will go a long way.
with 2 more lodges having also been given a much-needed facelift, bringing them up to a level that justifies their new price tag. Rachel now has a template to follow for any future renovations. But with the fate of this business resting on the reviews of my VIP guests who are arriving for check-in, everything is riding on the here and now.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hero Brown runs Muddy Stilettos, the UK's most popular female-focused lifestyle website.
If it's not suitable, if it's not right, it won't go on the site.
Ed Druid leads wildlife holidays for groups, a market worth over £12 billion in the UK.
What we have found really over the last 10 years now is that people want, higher quality accommodation.
Chris Bensley assesses properties for a family-friendly holiday cottage company with over 100,000 customers.
I'm very keen on seeing if the lodges meet the standards, the criteria that we expect of all of our properties.
Right, guys, if you'd like to follow me.
Between them, these 3 have access to more than 1.5 million potential guests Rachel has been neglecting by focusing her marketing on couples. But winning their endorsement won't be easy.
Right, Chris, I'd love to show you Ridgeway Lodge. So, come in and see.
These people are going to be amongst the most critical because they are informing a massive database of people that they need. If they put their seal of approval on this, it's their names and their reputations on the line.
I hope you enjoy your stay, Chris. Thank you for coming and staying.
No, it's very kind. I'm looking forward to my evening. See you tomorrow.
OK, thank you.
I just want this to go well, I really do. I want her faith in me to be repaid in spades.
All right, Ed, let me go and show you inside your lodge.
Lovely.
I hope you have a wonderful stay tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ed.
Thank you.
Good night. Right, if you'd like to follow me.
Her occupancy should be much higher. If this goes well, we could achieve that at one fell swoop.
I hope you have a lovely evening, and thank you so much for coming.
No, my
today.
pleasure. I'm looking forward to, giving it the full experience. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
While my guests cast their critical eyes over every inch of Rachel's lodges and weigh up if her business is worthy of their endorsement, all we can do now is wait.
Come on, my darling.
Yeah, this is make or break whether my business is going to be here next year or not. He's a good boy. Yeah, you know you're a good boy.
It's Judgment Day in the Chilterns.
Today we find out whether everything that we've tried to do has been worth it.
And after my 3 influential guests have stayed the night in the newly renovated lodges,
I'm going to eat outside, I think.
inspecting every inch of the interiors and test driving the experience to see if it meets the standards required to recommend it to their client base of wildlife enthusiasts, women and families, the future of Rachel's business could depend on if we've managed to earn their endorsement.
Hi, gorgeous.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. A little bit nervous in case they didn't sleep well.
I'm really counting on them of having had a good evening. Let's go and see them now.
OK.
Shall we?
With access to a massive market of over 1.5 million customers that Rachel had previously been ignoring, winning a partnership with my guests could mean the lodge's 20% occupancy problem will become a thing of the past.
Morning, all.
Hello.
Good morning.
So, can I ask you first if you have any constructive feedback? Hero, can I start with you?
Yes. I would love to have slightly better Wi-Fi. I know it's all about the scenery and everything, but I think even if you're snuggling up on the sofa and you want to watch a little Netflix or something like that, it's really good.
I absolutely agree with you. We're actually getting it hardwired in December.
OK.
So, yeah.
OK, so do you have questions for Rachel other than...
Well, I do, yeah. I mean, it's really about what had you thought around how to price and how to offer the lodges?
Well, I didn't have seasonal prices before having Alex here. So there are cheaper times of the year, and then so a 2-night stay Monday to Friday would roughly be £4.90, maybe a little bit cheaper in the quieter times and then maybe a tiny bit more in the more popular times in the season.
And also, if people stay then for 2 nights, the longer they stay, the cheaper it is per night. The obvious basic, you know, this pricing structure that I've had to drag her into, but now she really appreciates. Ed?
From the perspective of bringing groups here, it is also whether there might be a communal space.
I do have an area, and I'm trying to get planning permission for it. Then we can light a fire. There's a big table if you all want to sit next to each other. So I get your point.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Having deftly dealt with the difficult questions, it's Rachel's moment of truth.
So, do you think that this is something that your readers might be interested in?
Yeah, honestly, I really do. I had a great time. So, yeah, I absolutely do think that it's, you know, there's something in it for sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sir?
Yes, absolutely. I've just loved it. I think it's really, really nice. And I think considering the sort of guests that we bring out to see wildlife, I can see this place really working, really.
Go on, Chris, what have you got to say?
If you were to continue to build on what you've already been doing, absolutely, we would love to work with you.
Thank you all. Really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate your honesty. Rachel's been doing this a long time on her own, and this is exactly what she needed.
Yeah, I did. Thank you so much for staying.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
What a result! Targeting female travellers, groups and families will expand Rachel's reach and hopefully end her occupancy problems.
I thought that was great, and I like the 3 different types of business I could be getting from them, so...
I mean, obviously I wanted them to be happy, but I was very much focused on you, to tell you the truth. And if I've done anything, the thing I'm most pleased about is if I've made you be enthusiastic about your wonderful business again.
Yeah, I needed some enthusiasm, I needed a bit of a boost, and it's actually just given me a bit of positivity. It's given me a bit of energy myself to go and make some more improvements now. I've got a buzz about it. I'm excited.
Darling, you've got my phone number, you've got my email. I'm always at the other end of the line for you, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you.
Alex, thanks for your hard work, and I know you put in hard work, and it's been brilliant.
I know you have.
We miss you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to coming back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, darling.
Safe journeys. Bye.
When I first arrived, Rachel and her business were both on the brink of collapse. Now I'm confident she's got what it takes to go from strength to strength.
I hope that I've given her the energy and the enthusiasm now to tackle all the things she has to do to ensure the future of her lodges.
I think I should go and have a glass of fizz and be happy with myself, happy with the feedback. I'd lost my mojo with the business, and now I'm thinking I'm just ready to go for it now.
The hotel inspector is back new next Thursday at 9. Pulling out all the stops for a huge celebration, see what it takes to get VIP party ready inside the Hilton Park Lane, brand new Sunday at 9. The brand new documentary the critics are raving about continues in the capital city, Abuja. Join Michael Palin in Nigeria as his adventure continues Tuesday at 9. New next, Killer at the Crime Scene.